You sold your wildly successful multi-million-dollar dentistry practice and decided to transform your career. Was that around that time when you said, I got to give this up?
Oh, yes. This was I would begin to formulate my leadership so that, when we're at a very rock bottom place, I was asking for help in all the ways in my
Yep.
business because, when we have these things happen, it affects personal, it affects business. I remember
Mhm.
very vividly for the first time going into my practice that was on the door, even though I had still had imposter syndrome. I had 10 people working under me. I wasn't even 30. Most of the people in the room were older than myself. I barely looked like I was 18. And I was so ashamed and so in so much fear to just say, hey, and I remember this. I still had my gown on, my glasses on, my mask on. Patients were still had suction in their throat, in their mouth, and they're in their chairs. And I got up and I said, I can't do this anymore. I have to speak truth. And so I got
Right.
on the, intercom and I said, everyone come to, the break room right now. The break room was probably as big as, your room that you're sitting in right now.
Right.
It was like tiny. And everyone's like, what is so important that everybody needs to come right now? And I just blurted out, I need help. I'm going through a divorce. I literally took everything that I could from my house. It's packed in my very nice SUV, and
Right.
I don't know where to go. And
Oh,
I don't know, if I'm going to be able to keep this open. And that's how in fear I was. And some people
oh.
left me that day, but majority said, you can stay on my couch. You can stay as long as you want. I can cover for you. You do whatever you need, because I started to let people in, because I
Right.
wasn't stoic anymore, because I was
Mhm.
finally able to lead with vulnerability and authenticity and just the messiness of the full moment that I was in, to say, yeah, I need help. And I'm definitely not perfect. And here we are.
Okay, so imposter syndrome actually has perfectionism at its root, and perfectionism has fear at its root, and then and so on, because we just don't think we're ever going to be enough or there isn't enough, et cetera. And that's why we work so hard and we keep running and we keep going. And when you think about it, it really is the statement that we are not broken. That because we think we're broken. Our society tells us that we're broken if we're not constantly producing and moving, et cetera. And I
Mhm.
think that that's what you're describing is a beautiful, beautiful way to show us, in your story, that this is what happens when we let that lead us. And that when we don't let people in, that stoicism, which is, I'm fine, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to pull up my bootstraps, I'm just going to keep going. It's so destructive to our spirit, our soul, and our basic humanity. And we do need each other. It's what you said. And back into that kid that you were saying, we want to belong. We do want to belong. We still want to belong, right? But we can't
Decades
belong
later, we still wanna belong, yeah.
decades later, and good that some of those people left you because they weren't meant for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like let the people go that are having the expectation that this because they'll still have to work that out. I love what you're talking about because I think it's so important for so many people who are going to listen to this today that see success as a constant, working so hard and proving yourselves, etc. It can really kill you,
Oh gosh.
and prevent you from dealing with what you really need to be dealing with because it's going to
Right.
come and hit you. Okay, if you like this podcast and you want to see more, just click over here and you'll get to see more clips from this interview. If you just want to listen, well, if you click there, you'll listen to the entire interview available to you on any one of your favorite podcast channels.